Okay, guys, I'm back. Welcome back. It's still Sunday on the East Coast. I did one earlier this morning at like 10:30. Now I'm back 10:55 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. My name is Eric, and I do this on every podcast platform and on YouTube. Thanks for listening and watching. I had a really nice day yesterday. I don't know. I'm still waiting on the Clippers. They're not doing too hot. They freaking dropped the they didn't score for like the final 7 minutes of the second quarter. So I don't even know how that's possible, but they did not score at all. So I'm waiting on that game. It's just started the third quarter. So if that hits, I'll go 5-0. If not, I'll be 4-1. Winning day. We'll take it. Let's move on. First game up, we got the Charlotte Hornets hosting the Golden State Warriors. And the line is -12 Golden State. You already knew it was going to be really, really high against the awful, awful Hornets. The total is at 224. Looks like there's a little bit of buyback on the Hornets at plus 12, so it's down to plus 11.5 now. Not Lonzo. LaMelo's good to go. It looks like Mark Williams, but you never know. LaMelo be popping up on the injury report like in the middle of the afternoon. He might. You never know if he's going to play or not, guys. But we'll see. Miles Bridges is questionable, and so is Seth Curry. So those are two big pieces. I mean, Seth Curry missed the last game against the Wizards. He's like a reliable 9 points, and when you struggle to score 100 points, Seth Curry's 9 points are pretty damn valuable. Miles Bridges, he's a huge part of that offense and that team. Like, you need him out there if you want to bet the Hornets here, in my opinion, guys. All right, for the Warriors, Quinton Post and Jimmy Butler are probable. Kuminga's still out. I don't think Kuminga's going to play on the road trip. That's word on the street. They just lost Saturday night to Philadelphia, at Philadelphia on ESPN. This is the front end of a back-to-back for the Warriors. They play at Madison Square Garden Tuesday, so tomorrow night. Well, I'm just pretend I'm doing this podcast on Monday, guys. I speak as if today's Monday. So they'll play tomorrow night at New York. So obviously that's a way bigger game for the Warriors, but they also want to win. They just smoked this team like a week ago. They won 128-92 against Charlotte. Charlotte's just been really bad, guys. I mean, honestly, the spot says, in my opinion, like, take the Hornets at plus 12. I know Jimmy Butler's probably going to play and everything, but I mean, the Warriors Steph Curry loves playing at Madison Square Garden. It's where he broke the all-time three-point record. I think they're looking ahead at Madison Square Garden. That's going to be a really, really big game for them. Really exciting game for them. Hornets, it's Steph Curry's hometown, but I don't know, guys. I don't think they care about this game, to be honest with you. I'd take the Hornets if I had to play it. The total, 224. I kind of like the over. Don't love it. Probably not going to play that game, guys. Next game up, we got the Portland Trailblazers at the 76ers. And the Portland Trailblazers, they cashed me a ticket yesterday. I had them plus 11 at Cleveland. Guys, if Cleveland does not have Donovan Mitchell, it's just pretty much an auto play right now, because you're just going to get still a crap ton of points. But Donovan Mitchell's leadership, his points, his creating ability, he's such a huge presence on that team. When he doesn't play, and you have a capable shooting team like the Trailblazers, that was an easy cash, guys. Easy cash. So let's take a look. They did go to overtime. So Trailblazers did play a lot of minutes. Kamara played 43 minutes. He's a young guy, though. Avdija played 42 minutes, and he was questionable before the game. He looked fine, guys. I think he's fine, but you never know. Second night of a back-to-back, they might rest Avdija, and he's a huge piece of that team, guys. I didn't realize how big of a piece he was, but honestly, he's like the second most important guy behind Anthony Simons, in my opinion. Anthony Simons did play 42 minutes as well. Shaedon Sharpe played 40 minutes. That's four guys in 40 minutes, guys. That's a lot. That's a lot here, right? Now, they have a lot of guys on the bench that have played, so, I think Portland will be ready. It's not like the worst travel spot in the world, even though they did play overtime. The game ended at 7 o'clock or something. No, it ended like 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So, they're already, you know, in Philadelphia probably get into the hotel right now. Just no bad travel spot in my opinion, really. Philly. Let's take a look. Paul George is questionable for Philly, and then Tyrese Maxey's good to go, but his finger is still an issue, guys. Like, and I forgot about this when I bet them on Saturday night, and if I remembered that, I would have been kind of like, I don't know about that. He can't shoot, guys. Like, I don't even know if they're like trying to be funny or not, but like during the broadcast on ESPN, they were saying Nick Nurse and him were trying to see if he could shoot the ball with 3 fingers. I'm not even joking, guys. That's what they freaking said. So Maxey can't shoot right now. Let's take a quick look at Maxey's and that's why Quentin Grimes had his career high, like 43 points or something like that the other night in the win against the Warriors. So let's take a look at Maxey's last 2 games. Yeah, he was 2 of 14 from the field against the Warriors. He was 12 of 32 against the Knicks. Did not take it. Oh, he was 0 for 10 from 3-point range. Oh my gosh, guys, against the Knicks. Yeah, he can't shoot right now, guys. That finger's really effing with him right now. So, I don't know, guys. I don't know. I mean, Paul George doesn't play, and Maxey's got a bum finger. This is stuff we gotta kind of wait and see. Like, yeah, I like Quentin Grimes. I like what he is doing. Yeah, Busili, he's balling. Kelly Oubre will give you good hustle minutes. They got Justin Edwards back. Andre Drummond will give solid minutes. Lonnie Walker, he'll get a couple more minutes. Like, they got some guys there. Like, it's just you need Paul George, guys. You need Paul George. Now the total. So the spread is -3.5 to Philly, and the total is at 228, and that's moving. It was at 222, guys, and I hope it keeps going up. I want to bet the under in this one, and I know that sounds crazy, but again, with just like, I don't know. I got to think about it. I'm probably not going to bet it, but I'm telling you, man, I really think that's the way to go because Maxey can't shoot. Quentin Grimes is not going to go for 43 again. Maybe he does. He looked very comfortable out there on Saturday night, but most likely not. It's just the Trailblazers. They play so freaking fast, guys. Oh my gosh! Right now, the way that they're playing, and they're winning. So I mean, why would they change? Like, they've won 4 out of their last 5 games. They'd won 4 in a row before this, and they got to 121, 129, 114, 141. Yesterday they got to 129. It was like 121 before overtime. Like, this team is just scoring, guys. But before that, like before the game against the Lakers, they scored 121 in Denver, 117 in Denver. Like, this team just wants to play freaking fast, guys. Like, I can't blame the over money coming in, but it's just Philly. I mean, maybe Portland's defense is just that bad. Philly scores. I don't know, guys. The Maxey being hurt kind of scares me a little bit, to be honest. Okay, let's go to the next game, guys. We got the Washington Wizards at the Miami Heat, and let's see. Washington, Jordan Poole is still out. Malcolm Brogdon is out. They're starting Bub Carrington, Bilal Coulibaly, Chris Middleton, Keyshawn George, and Alex Sarr. Alex Sarr looks like a bust, guys. That guy looks like just trash. I don't think he's going to make it. I think he's a bust. Coulibaly, Bub Carrington, they play hard. I don't think they're that good. They're bench guys for real. Same with Keyshawn George. Chris Middleton is like an aged veteran. He should be on a bench. Like, this team just sucks, guys. They suck. But the bench, I don't know. Like, with Marcus Smart, Corey Kispert, and Champagny, I like Champagny. He can shoot the ball pretty well from 3, just like his brother with the Spurs. Kispert can shoot the ball well. The Heat, let's take a look. No back-to-back, I believe, for the Wizards. Yeah, they play Wednesday at home against Utah. Then they go on a long-ass road trip. So I like Miami in this game, but the line's really, really high. Line is, oh no, line's coming down, guys. Line's coming down. It opened at -12. Now it's at -9.5. Total's at 221. So Miami came out the gates super hot against the Knicks. They lost to them yesterday, 116, 112 in overtime. So this is the second night of a back-to-back for them. Let's take a look here. Bam Adebayo has been questionable. Andrew Wiggins missed yesterday's game. So Bam Adebayo put up 42 minutes. Tyler Hero, 41 minutes. Davion Mitchell, 37 minutes. Haywood Highsmith, 37 minutes. Duncan Robinson, 32 minutes. We'll have to see if Hero and Bam play. Usually they do on the second night of back-to-back. So, both those guys play. I think the Heat pull this out. They get a win. Now, just like us. Excuse me, guys. I'm tired today now. The second podcast today. So the Heat, they cashed my ticket barely. Had them over 106.5. They needed overtime. They were cruising the entire way. They had 62 at halftime, 92 or something at the end of. Was it 92? No, it was 82. 80. No. Sorry. It was 89, guys, at the end of three quarters. They only got 18 freaking points in the fourth quarter. They just stopped freaking running their offense, and then they were missing free throws. Had to go into overtime, and I cashed it in overtime. Thank goodness. So, it's Knicks. I mean, it's Miami and the Wizards, guys. Miami's off a loss. I expect Miami to play hard here. I do like the over still. Miami's shooting the ball really well at home right now. Wizards don't play any defense. Like Miami, yeah, I might have to do that again, guys. I'm gonna write that down right now. The Heat team total over. It's cashed 3 times in a row at home, and against the Wizards, like the Wizards play fast. They don't play any defense. I don't see why the game doesn't go over in general, guys. I think over 220 is also a good play here. So just a second, let me write that down real quick. Miami team total over. Put some. There we go. Okay, next game. Oh, before I get to the next game, guys, please drop a like on the YouTube video. Tell a friend about what I'm doing. And follow me on Twitter for all my official plays at Easy Money Wins. And just show some love, guys. I appreciate all y'all that listen. I know there's like a good group of you guys that listen, and some ladies out there too. I see on the analytics. Good mixture, and it keeps me going, guys. It really keeps me going. So appreciate all the support. Next game up, we got the Atlanta Hawks at the Memphis Grizzlies. And, see, I like this line when I looked at it earlier today. It was -6.5. I do like Grizzlies -6.5. Total is 251. It's a huge number, guys. And why is that? It's because the Grizzlies play freaking fast, and the Hawks play no defense, guys. No defense whatsoever. Like the amount of see, this is the other thing that's wrong with the NBA, right? Like, the games would be more interesting, in my opinion, if more defense was played. Because, it's fun watching these games go to 130 points, 120 points, but it's only fun if they're actually shooting the ball well. Like, the Hawks will get to 130 points because they put up 100 shots a game. If you play so fast, you shoot an awful percentage, but you get more possessions and more shots, you'll eventually get to 125 points. It just won't be clean, and it won't be, crisp. It's a problem, man. It's a problem. It's another problem with the NBA. But, yeah, let's take a look at the injury report. We got Trae Young's probable. Gorgie's Niang is doubtful or out, guys. That's a big loss for them. He was a big-time three-point shooter since he came over from Cleveland. And, I kind of want to bet the Hawks team total under here. It's gonna be high, guys. It'll be 122.5 or something like that. And it's just difficult because Memphis plays so freaking fast, guys. And like I said, I mean, there's going to be so many extra possessions here. But, they got Dyson Daniels, Trae Young, Reshad Sher, Terrence Mann, Karis LeVert. They got some scores. Trae Young will create. So I probably won't play the game, guys, just because, the Hawks are live to keep it interesting. They're off really two bad losses where they gave up 131 points at Miami, 135 points to OKC at home on Friday night. This is the front end of a back-to-back. They do play Milwaukee on Tuesday. For Memphis, injury report, Ja Morant is questionable. And you never know, guys. He really may not play. Everybody else is good to go. Ja Morant's been in and out of the lineup. And Memphis is in really bad form, guys. I thought they were a juggernaut. I thought they were a team to look out for in the West. I don't believe that anymore. I don't know what's going on. I know there's like a front office rumor, or just an NBA rumor around the league that said like, hey, Ja Morant may be a trade candidate in the summertime. I don't know if that's affecting Ja Morant. He's not really the same guy that he's been earlier in his career. He's just kind of a really good player right now, not a great superstar player, which it looked like he was going to be. It all started back around Saturday, February 8th when they lost to OKC at home, 125-112. Ever since then, they've been in really bad form. They've only won 3 games since then, and they've lost 7. They're 3-7. Right before the All-Star break, they lost against the Clippers. Then fresh out of the All-Star break, they lost to Indiana. They barely beat Orlando, 105-104. They really should not have won that game. Then they went to Cleveland. They played really tough, but still Cleveland was like outclassing them the entire second half. They lost by 6, 129-123. They barely beat Phoenix in overtime, 151-148 at home. They squandered a lead on Friday against the Knicks, and they lost 114-113 by 1 point. And then they've lost at the buzzer pretty much to the Spurs, 130-128. So they're playing competitively, but they're not closing the games right now, right? So, they play Wednesday against OKC at home. This is the 4th game of a 5-game homestand. I would take Memphis -6.5. It's at -7 right now. I would lean that way if I had to play the game. Total wise, I guess I'd go over, but man, you need both teams to be pretty damn near perfect from 3-point land, and I don't know. Memphis isn't shooting the ball well right now. They probably get to 140 points tomorrow, guys. Honest to goodness, they probably do. So I don't know, guys. Next game up, we got the Houston Rockets at the Oklahoma City Thunder. And Houston, they got a whole bunch of guys on the injury report. Let's see. Fred VanVleet is out. Amen Thompson's questionable. Dylan Brooks is questionable. Sengun is questionable. Steven Adams is questionable. Tari Eason is questionable. It's a lot of guys. They all played like 30 minutes last game against Sacramento at home when they lost to Sacramento on Saturday. I don't know why they're all questionable. I don't understand that. They're not all sick. It's just like random injury. So Fred VanVleet was awful in his return. He was like 1-7 from 3-point range. For sure didn't have his feet up underneath of him. And I don't know, guys. We got to see who plays for Houston. It's kind of hard to tell you, what's going to happen with the game. I got no idea if we don't know who the heck's going to play. Spread's -11.5 for the Thunder. They just played tonight, and man, guys, this OKC team, they just want to annihilate teams. Now, Chet Holmgren didn't play last night against the Spurs, and Isaiah Joe did not either. Everybody else played, but they didn't play heavy minutes. I think Cason Wallace played like 34 minutes. That was the most. SGA barely played 30. Jalen Williams played 30. And they won 146-132. So, they've just been scoring crazy, guys. They've been going crazy. Their last 5 games have gone over the total. Has it been last 6? Maybe last 6, guys. And the total's low here. It's 222. It's going up, though. It's over money's coming in on it. So I can only look over. I don't know why I wouldn't go over. They play Wednesday at Memphis, like I just said. Houston, they do play. So maybe that's why they're questionable, guys. They play Tuesday at Indiana. So they play tomorrow. This is the front end of a back-to-back. I don't know, guys. I don't. I would lean over 222. I don't know. We'll see. Front end back to back, they might rest some players, and because Indiana, they're going to be running up and down the court against Indiana guys. So weird spot. I lean over 222.5, and I mean I can't bet against OKC, especially at home. I would bet minus 11.5 OKC guys. All right, 2 games left. We got the Sacramento Kings at the Dallas Mavericks. Line is pretty much a pick 'em. Dallas is minus 1.5. They will be without PJ Washington in this game, and everyone else is good to go. I mean, obviously Derek Lively's still out and Anthony Davis is still out, but Dwight Powell is good to go. Everyone else is good. So they just lost to Sacramento at home in overtime on when was that date? Oh yeah, Monday, February 10th. So very recently. So now it's Monday. Now it's a month later on Monday, or 3 weeks later. Trying to get revenge. Let's go back to that game because I think Dallas was leading, or no. Dallas was leading going into the fourth quarter, guys, by like 6. And then they gave up. Yeah, they were up by 6, and then they got outscored by 6 in the fourth quarter. I think Dallas gives us now. Sacramento will be without Sabonis in this one, guys. Everyone else is good to go, but I'm telling you, I like. Kind of like the over. Let's see what the over is. It's at 232.5. It's just Dallas hasn't been scoring a lot of points recently. Sacramento held Houston to 103, but Houston didn't shoot the ball well. They held Utah to 101. Utah didn't play well offensively. They held Charlotte to 88. So I don't know if they're actually playing good defense or these teams are just having off shooting nights against them. I think they're just having off shooting nights against them. I'll have to take a look at that tomorrow when I watch the game. But I like Dallas minus 1.5. Dallas has lost 3 out of their last 4. But they're usually pretty damn good at home. This is the last game for them at home. They go to Milwaukee on Wednesday. They just lost to Milwaukee. But, I mean, again, they want to beat Sacramento. This is a Western Conference game. Like, that's more important than an Eastern Conference game. Sacramento's won 3 in a row. Like I said, it's a tough game, guys. I lean over 232.5. Lean Dallas minus 1.5. I don't feel great about it. Okay, last game up. And then we are out of here. Detroit Pistons. They are at Utah. Tobias Harris is out or questionable. I don't really care if he plays or not. And Detroit just lost to Denver on Saturday night. No, sorry. They lost to Denver on Friday night. They beat Brooklyn on Saturday, 115-94. And I love this game going over. I just bet it, guys. I released it on Twitter at Easy Money Wins. Over 230.5. And I think this line closes at 235, guys. The Jazz have. I'm not worried about betting Jazz games over anymore because literally, even if they play all backups like they did last night against the Pelicans, they still put up like 123 points or something like that. And like they got guys that can score. They got guys that can go to the cup and finish. So Detroit's not going to respect Utah. Not at all. Utah's going to play hard as crap at home. It's our last game of a homestand. Detroit, their last road trip. Just look at this. At Atlanta, 148 points. That was in regulation, not even in overtime. At San Antonio, 125 points. At Chicago, 128 points. They played Chicago the night before that. They scored 132 points. Like, that was their last 4-game road trip. Now they're going back on the road. They've been scoring pretty well at home, too. But Utah's going to fight hard. Man, this game's going over the total, guys. I don't care who plays for Utah. I don't care. All their starters sat out yesterday in the loss to the Pelicans, 128-121. I don't care if the starters play. I don't care who plays. They got enough guys out there, guys. Like KJ Martin plays hard. Filipowski. Bryce Sensabaugh is really good. Johnny Juzang, he shot poorly yesterday, but I'm okay with him. I don't like Isaiah Collier. I think he's bad. Cody Williams, he gives good minutes. Micah Potter. Shibui, I watched him last night. He played really well. Keontae George, of course, is their best shooter probably. So, and they got to 121 easily. And I'm telling you guys, we just need the winner's going to get to 120. We just need the loser to get to 111. Like, that's it, man. That's it. So that's going to go over the total. I usually don't do 5-unit max bets on totals, but that one I feel pretty convicted that a lot of conviction on that one, guys. Is going to go over the total. So that is it, guys. That's the show. And not a ton I love on today's slate. We'll see what Tuesday brings, and we'll also see what the injury report brings. And the injury report might bring us some more winners. So again, follow me at Twitter at EasyMoneyWins to see if I get there with anything else. All right, guys. I'll see you on the next show.